Bam! Hello everybody, Steve here, and today you'll notice that I got the little Brinks little 40 millimeter padlock is back. So the reason I have this back is because last time I had it was in video number 59 2 weeks ago, and in that video Roy Salmons asked a question, says, well, you should pick that in a different sequence just to show what happens. So I mean before, I put the tension wrench. I've had this on here many times, and so wasn't not very difficult lock to pick. And I'd go, and I said, I found it best to pick on 4 and then go to 1, then get the fault set, and then go to 2 and get the open. So that's the sequence that I've after practicing with this a lot, that's the sequence that I found works the best. So Roy, this is for you. This is picking it out of that sequence. And so first of all, if I pick pin 1 first, then I immediately fall into a fault set, and then I pick 2, and I get some counter and a click, and then I pick 3, and it doesn't do anything. That's because the bitting, the bitting is, that pin's already to the shear line, so it doesn't want to do anything. So then I go to pin 4, and it's kind of a little harder to get to this way, but you get a little bit of counter rotation, and sometimes it just doesn't quite go in quite right. So then I go back to 1, and then it come open. So that's the main reason why I would do 4 and then 1 and then 2, because sometimes when you get to pin 4, then it'll work. It'll give you the counter rotation and then give you the click and open. But sometimes it kind of gives you a little, it almost like makes pin 1 drop back down type of a thing when you're trying to get some counter rotation on there. So another way would be as if I started the back and pick pin 4. So this is kind of a little different too. So if you notice, I do 4, immediately get the click, if I can talk. If I go to pin 3, there's still nothing there, doesn't do anything. And then I do pin 2, get a click there, and then pin 1, get the open. And you notice that doing it that way, I don't get any kind of fault sets or counter rotation. I still get the open, but I don't get any of that. So anyway, that's 2 different ways of doing that. And I mean, it's fun to try it out different ways, and that I practice with this so much that I kind of figured out the best way. So if you notice on the bitting on the key, then you could see why that pin 3 doesn't do anything. See how high that's cut? Basically it's at the shear line, and it doesn't matter what I do. So anyway, also a quick update is, I know for those of you, even though that was a 59, that was a long video, there was a reason for that. And for those of you that stuck around for that, you know the reason why. So just a quick update, that time limit that I set for 2 weeks is coming up. And so how come it's out of focus? Whatever. Anyway, so that is coming up. So those people that did make comments on that video and said they wanted to be entered are these people on this list. Let's see us zoom out a little bit so we can see the whole thing. There we go. Maybe you guys can read that. let's get closer. It's just okay. So these are the people that made a comment on that video, video number 59, and said that they would like to be entered. And so if your name is not on here, or you did make a comment, there were some other comments on there, but if you want to have a comment that says you're entered, then go back to video number 59 and make sure that either your comment says that you're entered in, or add a comment in there saying that you want to be entered. So one last time to make a comment on that video, and if you hadn't seen that video, make sure you watch it all the way through. And if you did see part of it, then make sure you watch it all the way through so you can see what this is all about. So anyway, these are the lists that I have. So I will be after tomorrow night, I'll be throwing these, or basically folding all these up and throwing them in a hat and go from there. So make sure that you go back and make sure your name's on there. Make sure you go back and look at 59 so you can see what that's all about. Anyway, I think that's all I have for today. But anyway, definitely make sure you give a thumbs up for a like, and make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you leave any comments or questions you have below. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.